He's actually running the show. And that hadn't happened since Kennedy.
And that's probably the worst thing for us.
Well, the bottom line is
That's
the president's
the worst
Trump,
thing for
and he
us.
is actually running the show.
And now, listen, let me tell you this. This is what I'm telling you. I don't know whether he is or isn't. I don't know what he is doing, and that isn't my problem with him. You know what I'm saying? My problem with him is the disregard and disrespect for black lives and all of the rhetoric that he spews that galvanizes.
What's an example?
The very fine people on both sides.
Oh, I'd love to elaborate on that.
Now, you can say what. Now, this is the thing. I can give you credit for being exceptionally smart and intelligent, or I can deal with you as though you are exceptionally dumb and unintelligent. But I can't hop back and forth and do both. So, a person who is exceptionally smart and intelligent, they would know saying something like that would lend itself to the opinion of adversity to the people who are the most oppressed and have been the most disenfranchised throughout American history. So you can't say, oh, well, he just said that and he didn't mean it that way, unless you want me to assume or expect him to be exceptionally dumb.
You need a job. You can't just say, what are they going to do? It's going to be hurt. A lot of people are losing jobs now because of these robots.
I just told y'all what to do.
Who's going to turn it off?
Andrew, what you talking about? You know, he gonna hit the off switch.
The best way we can empower African American businesses to put money into the hands of African. You have these HBCUs that have an incredible historical mission, have been shown to elevate hundreds of thousands of African Americans, but because they don't have these crazy endowments that some of the rich schools do, that they're struggling. Mm-hmm. And so the federal government can help shore that up. The government, in my mind, exists in part to counterbalance the excesses and perversions of the marketplace. And right now in American life, the market is just running amok. It's overrunning everything. And that's what we have to stop. And the one great way to stop that, get this dividend into everyone's hands, and that'll help us reclaim our democracy. Running the government like a business is nonsense. They're two very different things. Mm-hmm. But one thing that the government can learn from business is that businesses don't treat their customers like crap. And our government treats us like crap come tax day. We're giving the government hundreds of billions of dollars, and do we ever get any kind of celebration of that fact? I mean, if we were customers, people would be like, oh my gosh, you gave us hundreds of billions of dollars. So I would make tax day into a national holiday. I would call it revenue day. I would have it so that AI tries to pre-fill out your taxes for you. So if you have very simple taxes that are based upon the same info, it just gets spit out for you. And then you'd get a video showing where your money's going, government employees thanking you. And then you can choose where to send the last 1% of your money, being like, you know what, I really want to fund these programs. And then there'd be someone from that program being like, well, thank you for choosing this program. Then you'd get Oprah and Tom Hanks and The Rock in on this video. And then we'd actually not mind Revenue Day because we'd be like, oh, and then I'd invite families from every state to the White House and celebrate our society.
That's real,
Instead of treating tax day like this thankless chore that we all dread.
Word.
We're like, oh, it's like,
I don't owe you nothing, America. Tell me thank you. My people fought here and built this country for 400 freaking years. Can you tell me thank you on tax day?
Yeah.
All this money you taking from me, FICA?
Yes.
I want a simple thank you. Didn't we just talk about that earlier? Every now and then you just want a simple thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Now what about, banking? Banking is difficult, especially in the African communities. It's hard to get loans.
African Americans.
What I say, African?
Yes. Nigerian community. Yes.
I'm sure it's hard
Jesus
there too.
Christ.
But in the African American communities, it's hard to get loans. What can we do to help people get loans to start small businesses?
So this is the beauty of the freedom dividend, man, because money follows money. If you have African American communities where everyone's getting $12,000 a year, then all of a sudden the businesses in that community start being more lucrative and profitable. And then if I'm a lender, I'm like, heck yes, you want a loan? Sign me up. And then they'll start investing in those communities because the market will drive them in that direction. And if that doesn't work, then we'll do more. But I think the best way we can empower African American businesses to put money into the hands of African American consumers.
I think you should think $2,000.
You hear what he just said? That's real.
No.
The best way to power African American businesses, put money in the hands of African American consumers. Yes.
That's why I think you should do $2,000 a month.
Oh my gosh, Envy.
Anyway, we're gonna start
At
with
least the black
start with one, and then maybe my second term when everyone's loving that first dividend, be like, hey
Right.
man,
Like,
that
You don't
guy's
think,
gonna
you
talk
don't
in
think black
sets.
people deserve a little bit more because of
1,500,
slavery,
at least
because
1,500.
of segregation?
I read Ta-Nehisi Coates, and I 100% agree with the moral case for reparations. This country was built on the backs of slaves, and there's no two ways about it. So to me, the question is, what can we get done? There's nothing that we can do as a society that would actually undo that harm or make that right. There is no redoing history. But the path forward, to me, if we put this dividend in place, then at least it starts strengthening communities, and then we can take real steps forward towards, hopefully, again, can't make things right, but hopefully you can start moving things in the right direction.
Andrew Yang, I like you, sir.
Oh, thank you, man. I like you
do.
too.
I like you.